third event. Just the 8 to go around, headed by California Deep Shot for Tony Cruz. Alfie Chen taking £5 off his back, likes to roll from barrier 3. Silver Express made just about all last time to win, beating amongst others. I'm a Single Man, Zach Pertin rides him. The Golden Scenery came out of that race in 7th place. Master Montaro was 10th. Good Luck Friend, he was 2nd, only beaten ahead. Hinchinlove and Winner Method, who was in that race as well, but he's had a run since, and he was another horse that rode forward and tried to make all. We'll start as we always do with the speed map here, Tom, and good we're saying, despite the small field, who finds the front, do we think?
Well, it might be Silver Express again. He was able to dictate off the front last time out and back them up down the side, and then found a good kick in the straight. Is his main rival to lead, Paul, possibly California Deep Shot?
I think so. And also Hinchinlove. And if Hinchinlove wants to make it difficult, he can sort of kick up on the inside as well. But they're the main three. Now, Winner Method led last start. That was on a rain-affected track. But I think he'd rather take a cover and sort of get out of the speed battle. The big horse, Master Montaro, should be able to slot in just towards the back there. And the query, I suppose, is Good Luck Friend, because he can go forward as well. But just with all that speed underneath him, I just wonder if they'll try and ride him a little bit quiet. They have done that in the past.
OK, we'll have a look at a couple of the key races in a moment, but we'll start off here with Zach Pertin. He'll be riding I'm a Single Man, getting back on board. He caught up with Nick at track work.
Zach, I'm a Single Man is a horse that you've ridden before. I haven't ridden him for a while though, but you're back on board Saturday.
Yeah, he's come a long way since the days when I was riding him. You know, early on over 1200, and he looked like he was a bit of a sprinter back then, but he was obviously stretched out in distance and then come back. His last run was really good. He drew a wide gate, got back a little bit in a pretty slowly run race and finished the race off good.
You'd obviously have a very good handle on that last run, given that you rode the winner, Silver Express. Obviously, when reviewing the race, was I'm a Single Man's possibly the run of it, in your opinion?
Possibly, but there were a few good runs in that race. You know, you can't knock what the winner did either. He had to make all from an awkward gate and did a good job, but I'm a Single Man certainly was closing the race off well.
And was the fact that this horse only carries 118, obviously Silver Express 128, was that perhaps a bit of sort of factor that swayed you a little bit, given that he's quite well weighted, this guy?
Yeah, I got I'm a Single Man straight after the race, so I didn't know where Silver Express was going at the time. But they're both good rides. Either of them could win it.
Be nice to enhance that very good record you and Tony have got this season.
Yeah, I've had a lot of luck with Tony, especially the last few years, especially in the big races as well. But you know, his stay was going really good at the moment, and you know, hopefully that continues for him.
All right, so competitive race, just a small field, but I suppose there's a chance of maybe some overweight here for Zach, trying to get down to the 118. Yeah,
often he doesn't get down to a 118. Sometimes he can do 119, we know, so he might maybe put up one at worst case, 2, Paul. But you saw in that replay there, Lucky Express, Silver Express, I should say, was there to run the race to suit up front, stack them up, and he was able to still finish on in a race that wasn't run to suit.
No, exactly. So I think they'll be aware of that, and they'll try not to let him get away with it. And I think with those other pace horses in the race, that can happen.
And Zach had already committed, as he said, to I'm a Single Man, so it's not a sense that he's getting off Silver Express. Let's have a look at some of the rivals here, and we'll start off, Tom, with California Deep Shot. This is obviously coming off the turf, but he's the highest rated horse in the race, and he brings decent form to the table.
Yeah, he certainly does. And look, he was just half a stride slow last time out. In the end, it didn't matter because he sat back and watched all the speed unfold in this race. We've seen on Wednesday night King Shield come out and run well. And he's been up to with Chung Fran. He's had a really good trial up there, which we'll see in a moment. But I think he's actually one of the main players here, Paul.
Yeah, look, he was. It's a really good race, this one. I tried to get him out, just couldn't in the end. He does get the £5 off, which will help him as well. I think 133 down with that £5 claim.
Yeah, so this is him back at the trials now. So in that regard, Paul, it's interesting, like him and Silver Express both carrying the 128, then it drops all the way down to I'm a Single Man on 118 plus whatever overweight Zach does. Yeah,
so I like the fact that those other horses come in really well at the weights, don't they? Yeah, but look, it was a nice trial, as Tom said. The horse was going very well. We know he's a real honest horse, and from barrier 3, he'll definitely get his opportunity.
He's a horse that likes to get out and get rolling, and sometimes he can be a hard horse to run down. He looked like he had a full head of steam in that trial.
OK, well, Silver Express, since that win that we saw, has been back at the trials. Tom out in front in his customary role. He looks well in himself.
He does. Nothing wrong with the trial at all here on the all-weather going back a week or so ago. We saw it before. He led, stacked them up, had a good kick, and that's what he likes to do. He's really matured now, Paul, this horse, because he wanted to do things wrong a few runs. He came out and knocked over a horse in the straight one day, but he seems to be putting it all together now.
Yeah, he was very erratic, wasn't he? But look, you're right. He's matured into a really good horse and was a really good run. Look, I think he's one of the main horses to beat as well, once again.
All right, that was Ready Player One running over the top of him there in the trial. Stats-wise, Paul, it's only the 9 starts for 3 wins.
Yeah, he's only had the 9, hasn't he? And look, this season has been good in particular with the 4 starts with a couple of wins too. So he's really come into his own this season.
He certainly has. It feels like he's been around for a while, but he's just had those 9 starts, and he continues to get better. He's off a rating now of 100.
All right, well, we'll have a look at Winner Method, who's also coming out of that same race, the Silver Express race. But then that wet day we had, Tom got out, made the running, and, well, almost got away with it.
There was nothing wrong with this run at all. He has dropped 24 pounds since the run last Sunday, so it's a quick turnaround for him. Backs up here with outwinning, goes up in grade. Never gave up at all last start there with Galaxy Witness. Really made Galaxy Witness bring his A game to the fore. And 2 starts ago, Paul, he was pretty unlucky, I thought, and tough on that occasion because he was wide the whole way.
Yeah, so he definitely goes in for me. I think he's a horse who's going really well at the moment. I know this was rain affected, but he performs really well on top of the ground.
Yeah, the horse that beats him is unbeaten in, 4 now, isn't he, Galaxy Witness? So, it's quite a good race. And yes, they've been strung out. That might have been slightly exaggerated because of the underfoot conditions that day. But clearly, the horse in form, and Matthew Poon with a lightweight on his back. Now, we'll have a look at the big guy, Master Montaro, Paul, back at the trials here. Not doing too much. That's Lucky Swain S in the yellow jacket eventually wins. Yeah,
look, his form's really dropped off a bit, I thought. Master Montaro, they tried him on the all-weather, that didn't work. And then he sort of finished towards the back in that Silver Express race. Look, he's going to get out and free rolling. It was just a maintenance trial here, wasn't it? He finished off strongly enough here in a slow trial, but look, I couldn't find a spot from him then.
No, he was doing his best work late in this trial, but he's been a bit erratic, this horse. He was caught wide throughout last start. He was a little bit one-paced. That was in behind Lucky Swainess in the barrier trial. I'm just not really sure where he fits in it at the moment, Master Montaro.
The horse that ran second in that trial as well as my each-way play on Wednesday night. He finished tailed off.
He went well, didn't he?
He did. We'll forget that one. Painful to watch that once more, though. As far as the market's concerned here, Paul, pretty compact. I'm a Single Man's our favourite.
Yeah, I'm going to go with him too. I just think he's had a really good season, this horse. The distance isn't a problem for him, and he's going well. And he ran really well against the trend last time. So he's on top. Silver Express, he'll try and lead all the way. So he's in there for second. Winner Method was a really good run behind Galaxy Witness. And look, I tossed up between California Deep Shot and the Golden Scenery, but at the weights, I'd put in the Golden Scenery. 3, 2, 8 and 4.
3, 2, 6 and 1 I've gone with here. I think I'm a Single Man can prevail as well. It was a really good run last start against the tempo of the race. He was still dashing off really strongly at the end. Was I'm a Single Man. Brings the Derby form through the race as well with Romantic Warrior, California Spangle, and he's been a really good import since arriving here. I'm a Single Man, number 3. 2, that goes in as well. Silver Express, he's at 9s at the moment in the market. I don't think that price will hold up. He stacked them up last start, had a good turn of foot in the straight and was able to deliver. 6, Good Luck Friend, so not prepared to drop him yet. Just wonder where he ends up in the run from barrier 7, but he had a good run last start. He's never won over 1,400 metres, but he has run a couple of decent races recently, so I think he's knocking on the door. Karis Teton and Ricky Yu, and California Deep Shot, Tony Cruz and Alfie Chan. He'll be up near the pace somewhere. Good trial, I thought, up at Chung Fa. 3, 2, 6 and 1.
I quite like California Deep Shot, despite the weight. I think class might get him through, hopefully. He was only a couple of lengths off Wellington, 2 starts back. Did we talk much about the Golden Scenery? Where he fits into it.
He's gone a little off the boil recently, Paul. He won 3 starts ago. He's won 2 of his 10 starts here, but last time out he just wanted to get his head up a little bit in the run. Yeah,
look, he did a little bit. I've still put him in. I put him in my numbers. I put him in on a very minor line, but just the way the weights work in this race, I think with 118 pounds, he's going to get his opportunity.
All right, OK. And the other one's Hinch and Love, of course, who can pop up from time to time, but right down off a lightweight there. So a competitive-looking third event, Class 2 there over the 1,400 metre.